Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Yes, it's Superman, strange visitor from the planet Krypton, who came to Earth with amazing physical powers far beyond those of mortal men, and who, disguised as Clark Kent, mild-mannered reporter for a great metropolitan newspaper, wages a never-ending battle for truth and justice. Today, Superman, in his guise of Clark Kent, drops a figurative bombshell into the lap of Editor Perry White, mayor of Metropolis, when he says...
I'm sure I know the answer to this Batman mystery now, Chief.
You do?
Yes. I'm convinced that the man we thought was Batman and who's been making un-American speeches the last few days is not Batman at all.
Not Batman?
I mean, he's an impersonator. A fake.
And now, the adventures of Superman. Superman's two great friends, Batman and Robin, are involved in a strange and baffling mystery. Twice the famous Batman has disappeared. And now Robin, too, has disappeared. And Superman believes the youngster was led into an ambush by Batman's impersonator. In his guise of reporter Clark Kent, Superman has concocted a spectacular plan. And as we join him now, he is seeking the cooperation of Perry White, his former editor on the Daily Planet, and now mayor of Metropolis.
You see, Chief, I'm certain the real Batman has either been killed or is being held prisoner somewhere, while this phony goes around pretending to be Batman and falsely drumming up public opinion against aid to Europe.
Oh, nonsense. I don't care how clever he is, he couldn't fool Robin.
Oh?
Why, those two are closer than two peas in a pod.
I know, Chief, but still he fooled him. He even fooled me.
You? That doesn't prove anything.
That's what you think. But how about this? Do you think the real Batman would slug Robin, knock him unconscious, then leave him lying on the floor and walk out?
Well, I'll admit that's hard to understand.
And would the real Batman make public speeches saying, let the hungry children in Europe starve?
No. Of course not.
Wow.
No decent person would or could. But something may have happened to him, Kent. He may be sick.
That's what I thought, until Robin disappeared last night.
Oh, just a minute. Hello? Oh, yes, Inspector. Any word of Robin? Nothing, huh?
Uh-oh. Look, Chief, ask him if he's got...
Yes, he's here. Just a minute. Henderson wants to talk to you, Kent.
Oh, okay. Hello, Inspector. Did you Yes? Yes? There weren't, huh? Well, that proves it then.
Proves what?
Just a minute, Chief. Well, maybe not positively, but negatively. Right. I'll see you later, Inspector. Thanks for calling. So long.
What were you talking about, Kent?
Henderson's men checked the real Batman's fingerprints, which they have in their files, with all the prints they could find in the hotel room occupied in Willow Falls last night by the man who calls himself Batman.
Yes. Did they check?
No. That definitely proves this fellow is an imposter, just as I said.
Not necessarily. Batman may not have left any fingerprints in the hotel room. The prints may have been someone else's.
Well, I'll admit the fingerprint test may not be conclusive, but it's good enough for me, plus all the other evidence we have. Now, will you back me up in this plan to find Robin and the real Batman, or won't you?
Now, wait a minute. What plan?
You remember that recording I found in Batman's study? A recording of a conversation between Batman and a man who called himself Jones?
Yes. What about it?
Well, I'm convinced that Jones is responsible for Batman's disappearance. And
Why?
Because Jones had a hold on Batman. I can't tell you what it is, except it was a secret Batman didn't want revealed. And I'm sure Jones used his knowledge to make Batman go away with him.
Mm-hmm. Well, that could be. Go on.
Well, I've heard this Jones's voice somewhere. I can't remember where, but I'm certain he's rather well known, likely under a different name.
So?
So I want to have duplicates made of the recording and play it over the Daily Planet radio station and on other stations all over the country. Then I want to offer a big prize, say $10,000, to the person who can identify Jones.
$10,000?
I know that's a lot of money, Chief, but we need a big prize to get everyone listening. And it'll be well worth it if we find Batman and Robin.
Well, that's the wildest notion even you ever came up with, Kent.
No, Chief,
but
look.
It just might work.
It will.
Also, it'll be a terrific news story for the planet. So go ahead. Hop to it.
Now you're talking, Chief. I'll get working on it at once.
As Clark Kent hurries to set his plan in motion to identify the mysterious Mr. Jones, the real Batman and Robin, united once more, are prisoners in a stout, square old building far upstate in the midst of lonely farmland, which had once been a prisoner of war barracks in the days of the Revolution. Heavy, rusted leg shackles are fastened around the ankles of the dynamic duo and forged to stout iron staples in the wall beams, allowing them freedom of movement only for a foot or two in each direction.
Oh, gee, Batman, I sure was stupid not to realize that the guy who was posing as you was a phony. Oh, I let him lead me into that ambush at the River Hotel like a little lamb going to slaughter.
Oh, don't blame yourself, Robin. That guy and Mr. Jones are very clever.
Well, I should have known you wouldn't slug me, though, or make un-American speeches. Say.
What?
I'll bet that's what Mr. Kent meant.
Kent?
Uh-huh. He said something fishy was going on. That either you were sick in the head or there was another explanation, which he was going to check. Now, I'm sure he guessed the truth.
Could be. Kent's pretty smart. But I'm afraid he guessed too late.
Well, maybe not. I'll bet he and Inspector Henderson will stay on the phony Batman's trail until he leads them right here to us.
He'll never lead them here.
Why not? You said the phony's working for Jones, didn't you? So he's pretty sure to show up here sometime.
Yes, but he's already showed up here, Robin. And he wasn't tailed.
No kidding. When?
A couple of hours ago, while you were still under the chloroform they used on you.
Oh,
And if Kent and Henderson had been on his trail, we'd be out of these chains by now.
yeah, I guess we would. Gosh, Batman, I don't get this. What's behind it?
It's simple, Robin. You see, Jones is a rotten fanatic who believes in keeping everything home and letting Europe starve. And he's using the phony Batman to drum up public opinion against our helping anybody, anywhere.
I know that, but why is he keeping us here? What does he intend to do to us?
And I think we'll find out as soon as Mr. Jones gets back. He's been away all night.
I see. Look, who's the guy who calls himself Batman? Do you know?
No, except that his real name is Ed.
Ed what?
I don't know, but he's getting scared. I heard him tell the others of the gang here he's got to see Jones at once. Wait a minute.
What gives?
Jones just came in.
How do you know?
I'd know his voice a mile away by now.
Yeah, I'll bet.
He's in the next room with the phony Batman. Come on, move up close to the wall.
All right. Do you think we can...
Quiet. Don't breathe. Just listen hard. Maybe we can find out what Jones has on the fire for us now.
Straining at the end of their shackles, Batman and Robin press close against the wall, on the other side of which is the mysterious Mr. Jones and the false Batman. What will they hear? We'll be back in a moment to find out, so keep listening. And now, back to the adventures of Superman. In the ancient revolutionary prison barracks, Batman and Robin, heavy chain shackles on their ankles, are pressing their ears against a thin crack in the wall, beyond which is the mysterious Mr. Jones and the man who has been impersonating Batman.
Quiet now, Robin. Don't say a word.
I won't breathe, Batman.
Listen.
That's Jones, huh?
Yes, quiet.
Nothing there. Oh, relax.
That's what you think with Jones. I tell you, Clark Kent is wise. Sure.
He sounds just like you, Batman.
Even if he is, he won't be able to prove a thing.
How can you be sure?
He won't, I tell you. Now, for one thing, you're not going to make any more speeches, or even concede, for a long while.
No? Why?
Because your speeches have already attracted nationwide attention. Newspapers all over the country are repeating what they think Batman said about letting Europe starve. But he's helped our cause tremendously, you know.
What a filthy...
So now, you're going to lie low, except
Wait.
for...
What about the real Batman, Robin? We're playing with dynamite. The police all over the country are looking for Robin. And if Kent pops off that I'm a phony, and I think he will...
Just leave everything to me, Ed, and don't worry about Batman and Robin. They won't be with us much longer.
Uh-oh.
You mean you're going to get rid of them?
Yes, tonight.
Batman.
Why wait till tonight? Why not
Now, because there's something they have to do for us first.
Oh? What's that?
Batman and Robin are going to play an ace card for our cause, Ed, and at the same time put us on easy street for the rest of our lives.
What does he mean, Batman?
I don't know, Robin. But it sounds bad.
After that, tonight, they'll die.
Helpless, their hearts beating hard, Batman and Robin hear themselves condemned to death. What is the ace card which the mysterious Mr. Jones says Batman and Robin will play for him before they are eliminated? And what of Clark Kent's plan to locate his friends by trying to identify Jones's voice? Will that bring results in the brief space of the day that remains? Tomorrow's episode is tense and exciting, fellows and girls, so be sure to listen. Tune in, same time, same station, for Chapter 7 of Batman's Great Mystery on The Adventures of Superman. Today, as Superman searches for them, the mysterious Mr. Jones reveals ominous plans for his prisoners, the famous Batman and Robin.
Batman and Robin are going to play an ace card for our cause, Ed. And they're also going to put us on Easy Street for the rest of our lives.
Yeah? When?
Today, Ed. Today. Then, tonight, when we no longer need them, Batman and Robin will die.
And now, the adventures of Superman. Having somehow learned that the famous Batman and Bruce Wayne were one and the same person, a man calling himself Jones persuaded Batman to go away with him under the threat of revealing his secret. 2 weeks later, an impersonator wearing Batman's costume appeared in Metropolis. The imposter looked and spoke so much like Batman that even Robin and Clark Kent, who is Superman, were fooled. And after appearing at 2 huge mass meetings where he made rabble-rousing, un-American speeches, the impersonator led Robin into an ambush and then disappeared. While Superman, who by that time knew the truth, perfected a plan to locate his missing friends, Batman and Robin were reunited far upstate in an old prison barracks dating back to Revolutionary days. There, as prisoners of the mysterious Mr. Jones, they were shackled by heavy chains around their ankles to iron staples embedded in the beams. As we join them now, they are pressing their ears against a thin crack in the wall, through which they have just overheard a conversation between Jones and a man he calls Ed, Batman's impersonator. Listen.
Holy smokes, Batman. Jones said he's going to ring down the curtain on us tonight.
Yes, I heard him, Robin.
What are we going to do? Just wait here like mice?
Got any good suggestions?
Not even a bad one. Look, what do you...
Hold it. Here comes Jones now.
They're in here, Ed.
Yep, here they come.
Listen, Robin. If they come close enough for us to get our hands on them...
I get it, Pat.
Good morning, gentlemen. I hope you're quite comfortable.
Never felt better, Mr. Jones.
Oh, we're crazy about your hotel, Jonesy. Especially the sleeping accommodations. Nothing like a good hard floor to keep a fellow feeling fit, I always say.
I'm glad you haven't lost your sense of humor, Robin. Don't go any closer, Ed. These chaps might forget their manners.
Oh, come on. You needn't be shy.
Yeah, step right up and shake our hands.
Smart little punk, aren't you?
Oh, boy, come just a bit closer and repeat that, bud, please.
Stay where you are, Ed.
If you think I'm afraid of these guys...
Grab him,
Get
Batman!
back, Ed, you fool.
I missed.
Oh, tough luck, Jones.
From here in, Ed, I'd suggest you forget your stupid bravado and do as you're told, or you'll regret it.
You can say that again.
Now, let's get down to business. Batman, I want you to do me a favor.
Really? This ought to be good.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear it.
Well, spill it, Jones.
It's really quite simple, Batman. I just want you to tell me in which banks or vaults you have your safe deposit boxes, and I want you to give me the numbers of your boxes.
That's all, huh?
Are you kidding?
I figure you must have the bulk of your wealth in securities, bonds and stocks and so on, in your safety deposit box. Since it was never possible for Ed or myself to follow you into bank vaults, we couldn't learn just where your safety deposit boxes are or their numbers, and Ed must have that information so as not to arouse the suspicion of the vault guards. You understand?
Sure, I understand, all right. But if you think I'm going to give you any of that information, you're crazy.
And how?
Maybe this will help you to see things my way, Batman.
Uh-oh.
Put that gun down, Jones.
Don't be ridiculous. This revolver is pointed at Robin, and at this distance I can't possibly miss him. Now, do you tell me what I want to know, Batman, or do I fire?
Now, wait.
He's bluffing, Batman.
You should realize by now that I don't bluff. Now, I'll count to 3. If by the time I reach 3 you still haven't talked Batman, it'll be the end of Robin. 1.
Don't tell him, Batman.
2.
He's gonna finish us anyway.
3.
Wait, I'll tell you.
No.
I thought you would.
No, don't, Batman. Don't talk. You know he's gonna finish us anyhow. You heard him say so.
Well, I can't stand here and watch him shoot you, Robin.
Of course not. Now, tell me, please.
All right. All right, here it is.
just come from the Daily Planet radio station, Lois. It's all set.
What's all set, Clark?
The broadcast of the recording of Mr. Jones's voice. You know, the one I found in Batman's study?
Oh, yes. The station has agreed to run it?
That's right. They'll broadcast it once every hour with the announcement that anyone who identifies the voice will be paid $10,000.
$10,000?
Yep.
But why, Clark?
Well, as I told you the other day, I'm sure this man Jones is responsible for Batman and Robin's disappearance. And I'm also sure that Jones isn't his right name.
But how can you be sure?
Because I've heard his voice before, somewhere, Lois. In public, I think. And it didn't belong to anybody named Jones.
I see, but how can
I
you...
figure somebody who will hear the recording of his voice will be able to identify him.
With a chance to win $10,000, practically everyone within reach of the planet wavelength will listen.
That's what we hope.
But we're only a local station, Clark. Suppose Jones, or whatever his name is, hangs out, we'll say, 1,000 miles away and is known only out there.
Taking care of that. This morning, I personally delivered copies of the recording to 500 radio stations in every part of the country. So you see, there's nothing to worry.
You personally delivered recordings all over the country this morning.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, how could you?
How could I what? Oh, well, I mean, I...
You mean you sent them out? Airmail?
Well, not exactly, but...
Clark, what are you stuttering about?
Oh, I know. I guess I'm just nervous, Lois. Batman and Robin, I mean. I'm sure they're in great danger.
Yes, I'm worried too, Clark. Fantastic as it sounds, I'm beginning to believe you were right, and that it wasn't Batman who made those un-American speeches.
Oh, I'm positive it wasn't. If only... Uh-oh.
What's the matter?
10:15, time for the Planet announcement. Brought this portable radio down so we could hear it.
Oh, well, turn it on.
Ma'am. There. Listen.
And now we're going to play a recording of the voice. It's the voice of a man. And if anyone can properly identify it, he or she will be paid $10,000.
Quiet, Lois.
Huh? I didn't say anything.
Here it is. Listen closely, please.
Strange or not, I insist that you come to my place with me now to discuss the matter.
That's Jones, isn't it, Clark?
Yes.
It's not a cock and bull story.
What's he talking about? It doesn't make any sense.
Oh, we cut out Batman's voice so as not to confuse anyone.
Oh, I see.
That's sheer nonsense, as you'll find out. But we're wasting time. I insist that you come away with me at once.
There you are, ladies and gentlemen. Can you identify that voice? Well, there's $10,000 waiting for
That's
you
all
if
there
you
is.
can.
Now, if only somebody can identify Lois before it's too late. It's our only chance to save Batman and Robin.
Will somebody identify the voice of the mysterious Mr. Jones before it is too late? We'll be back in a moment with the tense climax of today's episode. So keep listening. And now, back to the adventures of Superman. It is the middle of the afternoon, and in his office in the Daily Planet with Lois Lane, Clark Kent paces the floor anxiously.
For heaven's sake, sit down, Clark. You're wearing a path in the carpet.
Oh, hang the carpet. That recording has been on the air for over 5 hours now, Lois, but nobody has called up to identify Jones's voice.
But it takes time.
Time is one thing we haven't got.
Well, I know,
For all
but-
we know, it might already be too late to save Batman
Oh,
and
now,
Robin.
look
And
here.
another thing I counted on hasn't worked out either.
What's that?
Well, I've learned that Batman's impersonator appeared at the bank the other day, forged Batman's signature, and drew out all his cash.
He did.
Yes. I happen to know that most of Batman's fortune is in securities. I don't know where he keeps them, but I left word at all the banks that if anyone... Oh, just a minute, Laura. Clark Kent speaking. Who? Oh, yes, Mr. Anders. What? He did? When?
What is it, Clark?
He's there now, you say?
What is it?
Well, hold him, stall him somehow. I'll be there at once. So long.
Clark, what is it?
Bruce, Batman's impersonator is at the Metropolis Trust Company now, in their safety deposit vaults.
He is?
Yes, I'm going right out there. Keep your fingers crossed that I'm in time, Lois. Rushing from his office to a deserted storeroom, Clark Kent swiftly strips off his business suit to reveal the blue costume and brilliant red cape of Superman. Up, up, and away! Then he streaks away through the bright afternoon sky, bound for the Metropolis Trust Company. Will he arrive in time to seize Batman's impersonator, and perhaps Mr. Jones, too? There's a thrill a minute in tomorrow's exciting episode, fellows and girls, so be sure to listen. Tune in, same time, same station, for Chapter 8 of Batman's Great Mystery on The Adventures of Superman. Today, with Batman and Robin still missing, Superman, in his guise of Clark Kent, answers his telephone and receives spine-tingling news.
Mr. Kent, this
This is Frank Anders at the Metropolis Trust Company.
Oh, yes, Mr. Anders.
You asked me to call you if Batman came in?
Yes, I did. Has he come in?
Yes, he's in our bank right now.
He is. Look, Mr. Anders, hold him. Stall him somehow. Don't tell him anything and don't let him get away. I'll be there in 1 minute flat.
And now, the adventures of Superman. A mysterious man who calls himself Jones and who is fanatically opposed to our aiding the unfortunate peoples of Europe developed a vicious and cunning plot to further his selfish cause and at the same time enrich himself. Learning that the famous Batman was really the wealthy Bruce Wayne, Jones persuaded Superman's friend to go away with him. Then, Jones sent an impersonator to Metropolis, who, impersonating Batman, made speeches against American aid to Europe and led Robin, Batman's young companion, into an ambush. Then, chaining the dynamic duo in an old revolutionary prison barracks far upstate, Jones and the impersonator returned to Metropolis to take possession of Batman's large fortune. Superman, who suspects the truth, has contacted all Metropolis banks. And as we continue now, he has streaked to the Metropolis Trust Company in response to a phone call. There, in his guise of reporter Clark Kent, he hurries to the desk of Frank Anders, the bank's manager.
Hello, Mr. Anders. Where's Batman?
Hello, Mr. Kent.
Where's Batman? I don't see him.
He's gone.
Gone? But,
yes,
but
when
you
he
said...
came up from the safety deposit vaults, I tried to detain him, but he said he was in a great hurry.
Where did he go? Which way?
Well, I don't know. He left just after I called you.
Oh.
With his friend, Mr. Jones.
Jones? Then it was Batman's impersonator, just as I thought.
Impersonator? What do you mean?
Look, Mr. Anders, please call Inspector Henderson and tell him the phony Batman just left here.
But I don't understand.
Please do as I say right away. I'll explain later. This alley is deserted, so out of these clothes, this is a job for Superman. And a tough job. Phony Batman and Jones could have taken a subway or a bus or a taxi or got away in their own car. However they've gone, I must find them. There we are. All set. Up, and away!
Yes, Inspector, I'll tell him as soon as he comes in. No, I have no idea where he is. Right. Goodbye. Oh, Clark, where have you been?
Oh, where haven't I been, Lois? Listen, has there been any word from Inspector Henderson?
Yes, he just called.
Did he pick up the phony Batman?
No, he's still looking, but
I was afraid of that. I couldn't find him either. There were too many ways he could escape. Subway, bus, taxi, private
Why
car.
are you so sure it was the phony Batman who came to the bank, Clark?
Because that Jones character was with him.
He was?
Sure. They forged Batman's signature, opened his safe deposit boxes, and took his whole fortune.
Good heavens.
Oh, I'm sure we'll never see the real Batman and Robin again because Jones can't let them live now.
Oh, Clark, what'll we do?
I don't know, Lois. I don't know. Look, how about the recording of Jones's voice? Any luck with that?
No, not yet.
Oh, that's
The
bad.
Daily Planet radio station has been broadcasting the record every hour and repeating our offer of $10,000 for anyone who can identify Jones's voice and tell us who he really is.
Still no takers?
No, not a single one. I've checked with the other stations all over the country who've been playing the recording, too.
No soap there either, huh?
Just several false leads. Jones has been identified as a famous movie actor, a cabinet official, a general, a champion prize fighter, you know.
Uh-huh.
But I guess we have to expect those things.
Yes, I know we do, but I was hoping somebody would identify him correctly because it's obvious from the way he works that he's no small-time operator. Lots of people must know him.
But then I'm sure someone will definitely identify him soon, Clark.
Well, they'd better hurry, Lois. Otherwise, I'm afraid we've seen the last of Batman and Robin.
As the afternoon darkens toward evening, Clark Kent and Lois Lane continue to wait anxiously for someone to identify the mysterious and evil Mr. Jones. Batman and Robin in their ancient prison barracks have been trying desperately to free themselves from the heavy, rusted shackles. In the long, low, dimly lit room, where their ankles are chained to iron staples embedded in the wall beams, the dynamic duo have been bracing their feet against the wall, then throwing themselves back violently against their chains, hoping to snap them or to pull the heavy staples from the beams. And each time they lock their teeth tightly to keep from crying out as the cruel chains cut into the flesh of their ankles.
Oh, it's no use, Batman. These chains won't break and... Oh, these staples won't come out.
I'm afraid you're right, Robin. Oh, my leg is as raw as fresh beef.
Oh, so is mine. What are we gonna do, Batman? Jones and his phony Batman will be back soon with your bankroll. And you know what happens then.
All I know is what Jones said will happen.
Well, that's bad because he wasn't kidding.
I know, but take it easy, chum. We're not cooked geese yet.
Maybe not yet. We're all trussed up and ready for the oven, though. Oh, boy, I never thought we'd go out this way, chained up like a couple of dogs.
Look, cut it out, will you? I said we're not finished yet.
You want to bet?
Well, not too much, but a small wager, maybe.
Oh, stop trying to cheer me up, Pappy. You know as well as I do that we're done for. Unless our fairy godmother sneaks a cake in here with a nice big file inside.
Yeah, oh, I'd love to have a nice big file right now.
No, I wouldn't even mind seeing a cake. Exercising with those chains works up an appetite.
Remind me of that later. I'll run out and buy you a steak.
Hey, when is the last time you ate, Batman?
Yesterday. Holy smokes!
Hey, never shout like that at a man when he's hungry.
Now, cut the comedy, Robin. I just thought of something.
A way to get out of here, I hope.
Nothing else but. You're talking about food gave me an idea.
Go on, spill it. I'm all ears.
Now, up until today, when they brought you in, I've been fed fairly regularly by two of Jones's playmates, ugly gorillas with guns, who've been bringing me a tray. One of them would keep me covered while the other set the tray down where I could reach it. You get the picture?
Sure, but what are you driving at?
Well, there are two of us here now, see? So if we can get the gorillas to bring us some food before Jones comes back and coax them within reach of our chains...
we grab them, give them a quick going over, and suggest they remove our leg bracelets.
Surprising how quickly you catch on, son. Come on, now, let's yell and see if we can raise the chef.
Hey, fellas, where's the waiter with the water for my daughter?
Waiter!
Hey!
Chef!
Garçon!
Somebody!
Hey!
Hey!
Come on!
Hey!
Shut up! What do you guys want?
We want something to eat.
Yeah, we're starving. How about a ham sandwich apiece, buddy?
Forget it. Mr. Jones didn't say nothing about feeding you.
Look, you've been bringing me food every day, haven't you?
Well, yeah, but Mr. Jones...
Well, he
didn't-
must have forgotten to tell you, so be a good guy. Will you bring us something to eat? Anything.
Well...
Even a glass of water will do. Just a glass of water.
Well, I guess I can do that.
Right up, boy.
Hey, wait a minute. Car just pulled up. Must be Mr. Jones now.
Oh, what a break.
Never mind him. Bring us the water. Hurry.
Wait till I see. Yeah, it is Mr. Jones. I'll ask him about something for you guys.
Oh, I know what Jones will say.
Yeah, he'll say it with bullets. Oh, I guess it was a good idea, Batman.
Yes, Robin, it was. But it came a little too late. And there goes our last chance.
Their last hope gone. Batman and Robin wait for the arrival of Mr. Jones. We'll be back in a moment with the tense climax of today's episode. So keep listening. And now, back to the adventures of Superman. As Batman and Robin in the prison barracks upstate see Mr. Jones enter the room in which they are chained, Lois Lane in Metropolis has just rushed into Clark Kent's office in the Daily Planet.
Clark! Oh, Clark, hurry!
What's the matter, Lois? What's up?
They just called down from our radio station to say that a man showed up there who says he knows who Mr. Jones is.
No kidding.
Yes, he's upstairs now waiting for us. Hurry, Clark. He may really know.
Out of my way, Lois. I'm practically up there now.
Racing past Lois Lane like an arrow shot from a bow, Clark Kent sprints through the city room into the corridor and then, out of sight, leaves his feet and zooms up the 8 flights of steps to the Planet Radio studio in one great bound, as only Superman can. Does the unknown man in the radio studio really know who the mysterious Mr. Jones is? Or is this another false lead? And if he does know, can he direct Clark Kent, who is Superman, to the upstate prison barracks in time to save the lives of Batman and Robin? Whatever you do, don't miss tomorrow's thrilling episode, fellows and girls, when the unexpected happens and the suspense grows. Tune in, same time, same station, for Chapter 9 of Batman's Great Mystery on The Adventures of Superman.
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC Comics Magazine and is brought to you Monday through Friday at this same time. This program came from New York. Stay tuned to your mutual station for Captain Midnight, which follows in just a moment. And right after Captain Midnight, you will hear Tom Mix and his Ralston Straight Shooter. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.